we could use Oko and beyond the sound the landwind, and we could use Oko and beyond. Uloki, we are teens, we are dumped and don't really key. Guys, and I chintin say use Baby Kenneth or cheese low, like a fundraising up to if the key as a Swiss of Qua, the Newtons and the Chialea. Yes, we get keenan, Oko and beyond leaning. Long call key Facebook, because a key YouTube can garnet in the channel leaning. Followers of Oko and beyond. Good morning, where you are. Good afternoon. We are here live with Mr. Kenneth. He was there at the Ogda fundraising a few days ago. We are glad to have him here today so he can give us like his own impression about what happened and the situation at hand. And we invite you to share the likes, share to other people, share the page, share the link. You can watch it directly from Facebook and on YouTube. And we'll be bringing him sooner as he comes in with more on what he took because he was so busy with with a certain committee. He's going to bring us live information about Ogda, about his own impression, about him as a person. He's a kind of a busy person that to get him for a second is always a hard thing. And we're glad on Oko and Beyond to have him today. So we know no moment from now we'll be bringing him on stage. Thank you for coming, and we're glad meeting Babi Ta Kenneth. We could yung Babi.
Bella ma lia ka liking bella fiang wing wat tong teng au kwam biyon ap jang melan suga mo kok te guya jom te silai ne bolo ko bo be ma won bang sung le nan bu na so ko be me shie na aka jang mele be su kan no kin mo ko yang ya fo mo gwe jom sen kila ban fiala te bella
Yes, ne bivge Babi Ta Kenneth se selun dia. Gesekan Ogda. Selu absene chen dia. Sugan bunu selu ni shie. Jise.
igen yomo lu ta Kenneth Konsum na senkan sekan na kama ke zani bi fe mo lu le jekan na me jeka subject ya ton tenge biology but se văsăm noi cint ne jeka luna amna ble lu amane insei ma kuye na mo lu Rihanna Keten non ka ton tenge so bizu Society for the Promotion of Initiatives in Social Development and Welfare. Ko non ko pi ke le na ndati na ngang te yana Keten tin ko lu kana na ma lu be Ogda na ma lu member we projects committee we Ogda. Il fait yes lu a project committee lu alors lu que lu se lo se no dia Ogda lo fait no la ma projects Jumba ka committee fee information, gather enough information. You know what don't tell them kala the feasibility. The low committee for the look and okay, no engineers and no technicians, all of that. So about the we saw with I'm advice lane because you look at standing committee in row when them advice you to guide the executive on GR and you start type of projects as a priority game for attempt no 2016 one account organize Ogda okay to fellow no 2016 for the no leading project committee around that time look a lot of confusion look as a cat Ogda nothing as a jelly so project committee to prepare a needs assessment questionnaire one of the son text The consultative talks in real lunan tech kai ban tech the councilors and tech will real fell and can can tech in the green the chiefs in the form no wine of what in the law of Dani secure tech. No law of Dani walum will have and a form of prioritize the category by category for general interest of one can for specific interest of the different villages. And if fell in that background what will fair in the fair project committee analyze the reports and the findings, propose them and say the executive committee and ideas are found the same committee assign engineers a committee for feasibility about cost and estimates. So the project execute project and they submit. Negotiate launch the fundraising. So the launch can like a fundraising. As from that 2016, I'm also in become expert. Can I'm part of that committee. I don't name all of this. So the other decision. Are we going forward or back? So earlier we launch. I'm a mark the kind of second and I'm not while listening. So clearly so a role I'm in that executive no call that particular role a member of that projects committee. We can organize fundraising there. Maka we form part of those the same standing committees and nominate the law and for their little contribution and expertise in the law no fail in one way or the other.
Bella ka natin watin e ka bipsu ke esen kigile yuot no lama balak. Watin te kenem no le lama balak. Dear followers, will be asking Mr. Kenneth to give us like a summary of what he just said in the English language in order to accommodate everyone following us. We asking this question. You came to Yaoundé a few days ago. What's your role in OGDA?
Okay, thank you so much. So I want to say my name is Mr Kenneth Konsum, and primarily in my career as I'm a teacher of biology. I've been teaching for more than 15 years. And at the same time, aside from that, I'm engaged in development and civil society and NGO activities. I'm co-founder and executive director of SOPIZU, Society for the Promotion of Initiatives in Sustainable Development and Welfare, an NGO which has its founding head office in Oku, Oku subdivision in the division of the Northwest region of Cameroon. And coming overall to the development of Oku, I'm a member of the Oku Cultural and Development Association Projects Committee. And I was just giving a summary about the role of this committee, that our work, bottom line, we are a standing committee, and our work is to work in the period or within the context of designing and proposing different projects, or developing the project bank that can help, advise the elected executive to pinpoint and select which projects they feel they can prioritize and execute. And this also guides their fundraising. But just like saying that from 2016, when the new executive was elected, that is when, after election of the executive, they nominated us, and some of us were selected as part of this committee. Our first work around that time was to identify the projects that were supposed to be realized by the Oku Cultural and Development Association of that in Oku. So we actually prepared a needs assessment questionnaire, which was taken back to all the communities. And the community members, in fact, the key stakeholders in the community, you have the chief, the village development association chairperson, and other core persons that they have a role to play in terms of driving development within the community. They made proposals, and the proposals were in two categories: the proposals of project ideas that of priority interest for their own community in order. We had priority 1, 2, 3, up to 5. So which means that even for 5 years, it was possible for OGDA to have, the direction which they are going. Then in addition to that, we had a proposal for them to give an idea of what project they feel we can do as a project for the collective interest of Oku. They also gave their opinions about that. So it was based on this that the last fundraising in 2016 and I think 2017 was moving on, following this strategy that, okay, the next years work on that. So each community, each village had their projects they were doing. They benefited from a specific project with funding from OGDA. And the overall interest was the project was done in the palace. So that is the orientation. Our role, our principal role as a standing committee for the projects is simply to do all of these needs assessments and channel the proposal the executive committee. It's the executive committee that has the mandate to decide which one is good, which one do they think they can take, which one is more feasible and realistic. Of course, they'll do that judging based on the advices that we give them. Because within the same committee, you have experts, you have engineers, you have community development experts that will do that. And even feasibility is done by the same committee members, or we have engineers in the same committee. When they do that now, the ideas are forwarded now to the executive, National Executive Bureau, and it is from this bank that they're able to extract which projects they can be able to implement. So that's the role this project, this committee actually does. And when things were normal, when these projects were going on physically well in the field, in Oku, our duty as this committee was that we had to also mobilize experts among us to go and do follow-up for the execution of the projects in the field. Like when they were doing the building of the palace project, committee members had to be there on daily basis to monitor issues such as best practices, the quality of making sure that, okay, material, though it was given us as a contract to a contractor, we needed to put our own follow-up mechanism in place to ensure that the project was done based on the agreement, the terms of reference document for the handing over of the contract. So briefly, it's a very strategic and technical task as a committee. But briefly, that is the role I mostly play when it comes to doctor, the doctor General Assembly as a whole.
Bella se kanatan une senduna yo waluna we. Se lui fele lu Friday ne esene konene yaunde ye ne tine a fief oko and beyond no blewe ne lunen tie ke chite ne chiale esene gui signe for ke chifo.
Kachika Friday, Lugachika Makali, Yasen du so, Yasen Kilige, Seke Ka, Gexen the Katten, Yasen Dentam, when I'm not Ogdan, Luka or Tim Ken Tim, na lunga se lo jelea, lo chien kam no se luna ke si live, because Lin and Lois and Jamus we can Tim and Jess and quite nothing. But Wesson. Monsieur Loy Giant, the John Kelly, me as you can go and do we. No mums we go up. Kialu Jike. But I say my camera. Yamangus and Monsieur no. Chimuluga fell no Chimuluna, the sugar tag of Nata, ya named you. I wasn't go to Mama May let me. Canalu where the fair fell, Gialoya fell at him. Come up, Bummer Batum Nundu. When Nagatal work resume activities of that. Mobilize religion wala ku abitem a continue na ku ya ka ku yan du ya ku ka ku yan du som na ka tu ka na luga project lo bu fa yan yan ya lo lem yan du som len lu project to yan na bin so na tin man ka project en du a project ya lo vi len ya fa len du so even the no wa cut so wa san ko ju na kan na ka kan bin ya san Friday wa na chang anh gửi con mà giờ cái nữa cái mặt cái tên là cùng project to cái tin nhắn du so nó suy nghĩ nhắn du so because cái lễ qua cái cái này bia cái chi tiền gì cái này bia Friday for cũng mà mình the process bond do cái là bond mark cái bond li nó khi bia weekend because lu project nó lu sẽ nó kể cái project tin nhắn du chúng nó cái này sẽ bị how many generations ya phải làm du can du nó kali nó phải du can so cái nữa càng vì này sân fan thì ông điểm can cái agui cái lo nào ai luôn rồi cái lời chuyện đàn lo sẽ kêu của chúng cái lo này cái này gì này phải cái này phải mặc chuyện đàn lúc này sân sẽ lu nó ghi chỉ nhau luôn nó bị mà còn nó thì ông đi cái này sẽ phải cái này phải anh cái khai sẽ lo đi à vào lo thì anh cái sẽ lo bắt được ông đúng nó project của mình sao cái chi tiền lo tới trả bị có lo tới phơi lo tới phơi na nan de wa chia nó piang ở phía cái anh gia ka li ni tiền gia cái này kia tao à cái này kia po ujumu na ko na mo bi wa me banya te cái lewon ko den lo phơi cái jinga cái nó cái sin ko mo ni to ko tin lo tu mo le wa agreement na kui kan ba kanam no le na gele lo phơi di ko ma jin su ge sen ye mun ge no wa sin lo ai sen fe cái nó chỉ một lo nó ai cái sự bị sinh nhìn chịu của sự giảm tình cái sinh ra bị bình cái tiếc bị này sinh sinh luôn nè nó xuống là ni sang lưu mấy tiền được cái lực của nó lo tới phải bị mà sẽ đi nó bọc có bao đi nó lên cái chi cái gì rồi nó cái đi thì chỉ mà cái phiền cái nó cái gì cái gì được cái sinh này nó project tiền đủ mà nó lấy qua ba cái sinh này cái sinh cái lực của lo tới sang là cái sinh sẽ phải là cặp tu mình phải làm được.
Bele se ka natin. Kena ketene. Wulu na bi fene online. O ma fi sendu lambala. The
Ừ.
what would you describe the major success of the Yaoundé event? Eka wuka bifen.
Yes, yes, the major success in terms of the mobilization, that's the most important thing because if we put our mind so much on the element of the financial, the fundraising, bringing money together, we may lose the whole sense. The first thing is that people coming together to commune, share their culture, dance, and everything. That is the most important part that is so strong to us. And while doing that now, it shows that we are contributing to our development because our social and cultural development is paramount. It's paramount. The finances, the funds are coming there just as a spice, to push these our ideas so that we progress as a society. So to me, I look at the success basically from the way Oku people came from everywhere, even from the diaspora, to come together to push this I call it, it's a new ideal, new agenda that we are coming, that despite the fact that we have difficulties, we have challenges, we can still forge a common destiny as people. So that's where I feel as the most successful part of it. Yes, of course, I will not also end without talking about the level of financial mobilization and contribution. Never in the history of OCDA have I seen people coming out. Targets were allocated to some persons, and I see a lot of people is trying to respect these targets in terms of what they have to contribute. Several groups mobilizing and contributing, and a lot of things are happening that I see at times, and I really feel proud that I'm from Oku because those are the things that as anybody coming from a particular community where you see them happening, you feel happy, you are relieved because you can sit somewhere and you both with your friends, colleagues who are coming from different kingdoms to really share ideas and best practices. At least we can stand as local people and share our own best practice. We must not copy from everywhere. This thing, be getting stories about people doing this and then we don't have something to showcase. So it's really one of the things that make me really feel, in my own personal opinion, that those are my strong points I saw about the events that have just passed.
Okay, thank you for that. And what you're saying is the Eco people came together the other day to show they're strong, to show how brave they are, and they raised a significant amount of money, and the contributions are still coming in each day, and showing that energy, that positive energy to build our community, to do it. So we're all proud of it. And from what you're saying, it's like more people are coming in, and they're encouraging everyone to join on board because that development that we bring into Oko is for us as the entire community, no one left behind. And you're saying people were calling from other areas, people can still reach out, the doors are still open from what you're saying. Like they can still contact the various transfer sources that they can send in money to Ogda, through the bank, through Momo. There's some people that they're still part of that team. So if you're still there with your contribution, what Mr. Kenneth is saying is you should channel in your contribution through national Ogda. Before he will get leave of him, we're going to read out a Momo number that is specific to these contributions, and the person sharing it on the Momo is Miss Victorina Monte, if I get that right. Is that correct?
Yeah.
There's a Momo
It
number to
is.
that effect. So we're looking on it, and we're going to put it on our page so people can follow it and make sure they're sending their money. Den leerlingen kin se suyso kuoge vermakte fin bondumbi. Esen ne kete ni fele kabawe kenete suy. Nene kwa ye chim, o koi na ye wa chim se. Ke igi ke kin bas lai. So was a bomber ko so. O me gui so chinten se lai sen chinten. Ne fyang ka tene lu ne wop ti me mbi tene sakaling lewe. No de te chia kwa lu me ten credit union se. O lo chia fo. Makte igel ye fo. Nere kine kwa momo lune ma Victorine Monte ko lune no sin ko chiase kwa wetene emamten ne ka bi fu swege ene kenga se lo so kwa sika ne kwa te kwa ten se lo kok te mo o yene ne jere le gwin tin lune esen ko tuma ka le bobe ibam o yenge ani ko tumo esen bobe is lot dum tegi kan tekse ne bazen tekse ne ogdase ifele ne bobe se ki me makan ne fen lugege esen ko chine sakne ke esen kenge ke yelu
Ne lu kana gwin kon lo se jin design wa gwin na jo kan kom design tin ka le pe at so understand ge design one in tok balu ge a king of the law ka me si bin tok o ge law a kup sin bin tok ile a weekend bin tok li ka tong teng externat li ka son la kon ten ne ne ya project en dio ndu ge fel li ke ting jia sen we think ka le kon ni ne na project en jia engineer ne present in phases me ne ga sen target phase the first phase de no wa phase na lot cost around 90 something million if I'm not forgotten a targeting na ka contribute na lu project na ga sen ni fair gradually ka ga towards the end na how fast we are able to go ga sen lu ko ni yang sen du na le depend ya ga sen bat na chakatin na yang sen bi na ti na forward bat na project ni ya lu na fuaten yang sen bi ga sen ja mot na project en ba ti an ma ke project lo lu le na ka ten yang sen bi kan mo lo plan na ni ke alu chipa ko mo ta li project na lo realize ya lu ga wona ndu ye initiative fa wo so ye kine wo wile mo ni yenga wani lo rango ni mi project ya lu ni be le se be fundu na ka shi wo ka ke kai ya die ka no lu sa pa len dun ka gu ya ni maintenance this and that na ko lo lu di ke ya lu difficult because le ya fe na project ni understand the level of depreciation work project land the construction project ya lu one year 10 years say executive project o ma lu digen lo from the 5th year o ma calculate ko lu ti ya wa ndu ni maintenance ka ma kan du le ngo wa si se because project law ne ba lu compete and the ba lu competed ya face some challenges about deterioration but law lu competed le ya lu the protection mechanism ne get she in place ne bi ke lu ka lu so bag the drainage bag the drainage ne ko lu so roof ka mo ja li ne infrastructure the roof all of those things then come and protect the structure but project law lu ne person fairly we get law yang sen ne kan lega bitin du so mi se kan mo item kena sen ni kala vi ka te na dio sana akan le ya lu sana ma tina kan se suge kule lu kan na sen die ka ga le ku ye very serious especially work molos wile makas makab work especially because kan kinuna abag lo lik bichi rialun lan rialun se chese nge se luna gana ba se kin jobi se chin cheta na work particularly work lo ya kan na tin katin na team do na le fina le do primary do so when salu actively involved kan na tin kinga ji sa ja dom ta kan na tin kan du wace makiri ti jana wa na sulun ta tinde kuma ble na balu kuma ka wa tong ta gan suise inga an kan na kale kai ne na ko wasa jo ko do ko wa kwa lo chi ai fi fa chi bulun kam sa ba wa tinsa ya sin lo sa sin dike bichi ya na ga sin me se mani felete iko ko tim na e di high school na kama yan ga lo mas wile ne felete kan do
bele ka na kan kan ka tin lun tiene wayenga lo wakile pamakte lo wa chia se tin mo mo number ka dinga wo lun tin lo chia sin monte victorine egi e ka lun ka tuten ne number se tin lo momo lo 670986485 orange lo 699187839. You can also view it below of our screen. You can see the number there. You can contact at any time when you send your money. Just take a screenshot and send to Monte Victorine. And other people can also deposit money through certain banks. And Mr. Kenneth, what are some of those banks that we can drop in the money?
yes you have the two major microfinance institutions in Oko, Jikejim Credit Union. If you approach any of the branches, they can receive their funds and issue a receipt. Jikejim Credit Area Cooperative Credit Union and Manchok Cooperative Credit Union. These two financial institutions, all of their network of branches in Cameroon, including their head offices in Oko, their receipts. When you go there, just mention of that your money will be collected and the receipt will be issued to you. They also have a Philan First Bank. I might not remember the account name, but if you approach a Philan First Bank and say you want to deposit money into the account of an association, they ask you if you don't have the account information. You just tell them. They can give you just tell them the name of the association, Agricultural and Development Association. They will search in their database and you have the detailed account information and you can be able to deposit the money backed by a receipt from there. So those are the three major financial institutions that are collaborating with OGDA in terms of mobilizing funds for this project.
Okay, thank you so much. We can read the credit union, Manchok Credit Union contact, Manchok Credit Union contact. The account will be 3059. If you go through GKGEM, it will be GKGEM Credit Union account number 2489. Again, then the Freeland Bank, we're going to put it up in our subsequent programs so people can chip in the money. And the one that is running below our screen, you can see it for the fundraiser. It's a Momo number and the orange number. Jason Monte Victorine is head of that that collection, and we're giving applause to Victorine. We've been seeing it's been busy all the time, and there is no stop. She keeps
Absolutely.
taking in. So we put our hands together for her. It's a job, it's a task
Absolutely. She's
that's
doing
working
she's
for the
doing a
community.
very
Working
very pretty job.
all right. Thank you. If you're the one saying that, yeah, we saw you people on Friday. There was no rest, and as you're saying, you've been so busy. We got you. Uh, we're so lucky we got you today for this presentation, and we've heard the Oko people getting their development into their hands. They've been raising money. We saw what happened in Oko and in Yaoundé. People came from everywhere all groups from abroad. We give a shout out to Fire of the USA who made it there in person in order to make sure that we do not only represent online but in person. We're giving a shout out to him, and in the subsequent editions, we'll be reaching out to him to see how things went. And any last word for the people? Kena le lua lawa sui sui se kai sene mi se se fo ko yong ne se Victorine Monte wo ting kena momo ne orange ne se sui ke lu ke phone won ke lo se ve ke fe ne lu le ne phone won se tung ne ka ko ne phone won le ma ke ne kwa ne lu kwa ogda lu kwa kan ne esne fo ne space bo be won phone ke le ke bo be me meten ne kwa te ne li ne chia no le me I chia ne wa chia credit union we ji gem chia we man chok wo dom to kwa fo ne le African bank lu ne lo ko chia fo mak te kwa fo li ken fo le ge o ya so chu vie tong te ken ge ok da o me yin ga ya ne a li su ge wo bi fo ke ke ki ka ge su le ne ki ne chi ma wi ke ma kwa lu ne le fo bo ma semen ne le fo no le we lo ko chia ma ke an to ko lo ko su se ne ke le ke ne ke alone wasa le mga bwa mo semen vina wasa le mga fe na wasa le mga jing vina ni na ri ke kin ka fa ba sa lai so ku se ko so ne sin ga le ke ne ke tene de se bele je ri ne lo ne ten ne bwa mo ten be yi won na ten be yi ye fo ko yong se fo no ko won ti mi ke ne fen e sin kon lo yen je ne ni no ble ten Isabelle owak won queen the four na ge ne won a ball na tumo blewe won a queen so dog lesson ne we failing as in yoga oyon where oko youth organization network kon lo lu fo no kan chintin ne abe kene ko ru amamaten ne sangle ge in kon lo so kwa so lo so tong te ge ne failing ne lo so so go 187,000 so le ne kwa tan kok men she Vieba 200,000 CFA francs came in from Oyon. The other day they mobilized what they had and they came together and with a sum of 187,000 francs. But for some reasons, they said they are not going to keep it like half. They want to make it a round figure. So now the statistics showing Oyon gave their contribution thanks to the team of which Mr. Kenneth is working with. So this organization did their own contribution with a sum of 200,000 francs. So we give a shout out to everybody and those following us. You can share, you can like, and you can forward everything to other people so they can follow the program. This is Oko and Beyond. We're coming live today. We had Mr. Kenneth. He's part of the project team of OGDA. He's also a biology teacher. And to know, yes, we've come to biology. We know that they're the people who taught us how to name the parts of an insect. Yes, and now he's in the project committee to show us the parts of building OCO. So we're going to start from the foundation. And any last word for before we see what people are saying? Let me see if there's anyone asking a question on so we do not miss it. Maybe some people have some questions for you. Let me see people watching you from Yaoundé, watching you from Bambaton, watching you from US. And yeah, we took the question that came in from one of our followers, and that's watching us from Huntsville in Texas. And we're saying thank you so much for coming live today in Oko and Beyond. Any word for Oko and Beyond?
Yes, I'll come first of all with the general word I have for Oku people, and the first thing is that I was not born and brought up in the village, Oku. I grew out of Oku, but at one moment in my life, I really wanted to go back to Oku, and I was happy that I had the opportunity to go back to Oku to teach in Oku. because I really wanted to have first-hand view about my own roots, my own origin, where I come from, and to see how we can work together as Oku people to, to do the things that other communities are doing. There's no magic about it. So I would say that Oku people are very, very serious people. When Oku people stand on something, when they take a commitment on one direction, one agreement, they stick to it. Allah suge gelepo law tema kana ya luka besen je mengo be natural things yenge in sa bem kana bem man tun kana tun man na kulu very important ge this aspect yasin gelepo ge yasin we tema ba makana na ka lot ta ama bem man yi se tin ge yasin na fe gelepo na ga wa blu ya fe kenge kana kin kun yasin sa ga ama su yasin lo so ko kwen Joffrey snack Kenny tough in the chicken the amna wa lo bagla itema kana bo ka sanu le achuma jen ali u ba sa lu wa mi lo na ga bi bagla ku chawas chuma wina ga ana weekend se gisa sa kana ka san ni ti ka bagana san ni weekend san ka to mo ngai en che ku fi fa na bu kana ka san u ba sa lu dei ka lu na ma ka be gin suiga malu na mo kona ketem na kum kuya mo ko shi na mo sa faya en guk sa lo tong te wa youth when I got inspired to critically involve in issues about development. I was almost at my my late 20s, and I really felt like I was regretting. I said, oh, who was there to guide and mentor me and to orientate me to start this thing when I was still at my 18th? I would have done a lot for myself first, done a lot for my community, and done a lot for the world. But catching up the Tabalo Kashile, Benamaka inspire the next generation. And this we saying, you still have the energy, you still have the strength, you still have the intellect, you have the mind. I'm because the generation been waka wa pole nundu mwala senang nundim nundu jiyo. Kanra baga salu gona those days wa lot temo suge wulo ba ka wulo kwa iman wala chin kelinki o wa go balu walu ki pila ko shi len with different sorts of expertise lo ko na ni chinen village pila ko lu kanra balu kan ni tofam bi fa ka wulo ko ba salu wa bonetin ila ka kamun fa ni ka tun tiya. That is a word we first of all have as a community. Nama lona kenga nande wona ke ka blunga ni tof ya blunga. Lo jum na ga bia yana ji ya long ni lie tofatin. We saw like we saw chinten nam no wa se ni na po po san kui. Ba e ji ya yana tin. Amna lusidio ba lo ga ne. O jum ya su go chimba yana kana ka lo force ko menga wa mo lutin sen. Amna lusidio no lusi ju a lo chia tin se kan ki ka ni kan wa lu na ga lo chia tin le ye da la pui pu le lo se ju to ne eken kan ka lo ma fo kan ti se su le ko le ji na ga wa lu den gwi le nen se bele ga o ko ambion se ke si fele wa lu nganga ka sen su ngan jin na ba sa lu ma lu na ma jale se se ngam kana am no effect feli feli sei có số lulang gama king ji lo en karame gama jomo yasin fia kan fia ki me yanga lo ya so me la gama yang sigui ya fia na fin me yana ga lu kan ga jungo le nan ga alo sun nan le lo chia sam na wa chia sam aka mo su kumul aka lik itemu na ka zata ab ka yan ka bi singing lu na san kan ga isa tim na ga lu ya fia la bi lu wala ku na pu ndu na tim ka lik mo na blema wi ko wa won an wa po ba tan de nan ko ni ka bi chi wo fa na lo bia bib na li se lu kan lo ke wa ya si bi lu lo kwa na de ya tong ga aya ndu bi no ko ke ba de ya samba lu fi ne gele lo ne kan no se kan chinten ka po ba tan sa ne kan fi ne malu ne malu len ma su ge lu gi fi lu la ma kala da su vox populi vox the voice of the people is the voice of God ne gele po lo ba ta lo ne kan ne lu kan ka jung lo gele po ja ba ta le team up lu difficult po ja men kan lu difficult ge team kam kelemen ja gele po china ten lu difficult gele po mi kada le team up mo kan no be lu very difficult but we lo chimatana li ani lo so ne li ke bichi wa ki cha ko tie ko ka le mo chimu kan ko mo ani lo swina li ti je alu chimu kan ko mo fan ra ma du kan maka listen bela ba wesen wa fono ku bage ba wesen lo we na tawo ble na luka akashi katum shikijile shik kete shigluwa shigwa lo jang so ogda shik shikandu nam no le ablo ni di gele makaya titema ka ya yang se na ka bifum no ya na go dinga ya sandu le luka bu na no lu sit wa lo ya ni na ma je fiang bele to go ka dom ten no ogda dom ten no wa kon se ba wa san lu na ba sa lu sho ke non no lu ka ga le pro kon fo ba sa chumu lu fiang am chak ma whatsapp groups ba lu sho whatsapp group de lu la mo wa ga le pro lu tin ba wa san ba lu fo de ko la su in dog i share fon tok lu ji ku ju ya gu fo ba wa san ka mo li ngen go mo vi de tin ka avia kon fi wa san yena te tof ta san gu so alors se gam ten li se san ku ka na ko na ka ju na na lu ka ni tim sang le kong ngeng ses na mo sui ka cha se be wa ka e kong inu na wa lo to kong ngeng se gen chimu na ji ke kong ngeng se gen na kan na ja ne ga ko e kan na ka mo su wa ga san ka kong ngeng se gen u lo ni kan na bia ku fu wa no wen jin ti su wen ga ba ne le ni ga wa kui se ka me u lo ndu bi ga wa no wen o lo ni kan na ya na ga wa no bia kan ni kan na lo no wen jin ten ne a ku o ku fu wa no bia bi so ya na ni ka wa ani lo sa san ni ga bi chi na a se tong te pu cái lực quẹt càng phải giữ đến bây giờ có sự lo là một lo là cái số lẻ anh đủ tụi mình so bây giờ có quan bị không càng có phong đi vùng đó lo mà xuống nữa bây giờ
bele ne esin ko ki ka ke chan le ne esin no ko ye geo law chia so part in Afriland Bank. We've had the numbers for Afriland Bank. You can see it on the screen. Manchok Credit Union, you can see it on the screen. Jikigen Credit Union, you can see the account number, and the one that's running at the ticker is for Momo and the orange contacts. So thank you so much for being a part of this celebration today, because we're celebrating Oko through Oko and beyond. And thank you for your time. We've taken you said you had just a few minutes and you were able to sit in there for extensive length of time. And Bella was Kagwin. Nere kine Oko and beyond as near key as in Kone Gwin and Lege the Cockton Gwin as in Yogia Chianatin Naka Babi Tire Yemi Selune Eko Suga call you te Kaba Kakalon G yi kelenge e bi so nge kalo book te sila abio am affecte ga kwat ge ka ba kin along ne et me me se kelenge tene kin ji mom si ye ka o lo ya si mom si ne e tung we kenen te ko yang yi wi ji ai
Njang Echim.
Bele,
Njang Echim le Ekana.
Walu say kiwa no lumbain ka tuna ka sa winji. Ne bele se kan jang lu ka kimbe ya.
Ulu koya bijona ke te gen jang inja kele funa ba so ulu ko.
Bele se line ne kagui. Thank you, followers of Oko and beyond. Keep following the page, inviting others to follow. We'll be bringing you exciting things like this, and we thank you, Mr. Kenneth, for coming today. We spoke about OGDA, the progress of OGDA, contributions. We can see the numbers on our screen. They're still receiving contributions, and no one left behind. There's nothing too small. If you have things in kind, you may have bags of cement to offer. You can still contact them, and they will let you know exactly where you can put them. And so we're getting leap of it today, and what is coming in the background is what they call in Jangichin. So we can praise the day and have fun for the rest of the Sunday. Thank you.